Okay, so when you were a player, what did it mean to you at the time when you got the school record?
You know, I never even thought about it. That's the weird thing for me. You know, I'm really a quiet guy, you know, nonchalant, don't really do all the hoopla thing. So when I broke it, actually my head coach had to come over to me and tell me that you just broke the record. So I had no clue. You know, they stopped the game and all that stuff. I had no clue, though, why they were stopping the game, why he was calling me. I thought I was in trouble for a penalty or something. You know, I was like, I didn't do it, coach. And he was like, you just broke the record, dummy. And I was like, what record? Like the all-time relieving rusher. And I was like, oh. I was just telling my wife, I said, math, by 18 years. I said, never even thought about it being that, you know, holding the record for that long.
What does Bulldog football mean to you? What did it mean to you, as a player and now as an alum following the program from afar?
You know, it's been a big staple in my life. You get a chance to hold on to a tradition that's been really rich, ups and downs, no matter what it is. I was just telling the running back coach earlier that you know we've always had the best group. You know, and if I ever see a running back that I think that can come and contribute, you know, I'm the biggest supporter. You know, from running backs to receivers to linemen to whatever. I think it's just something that we do as past alum. You know, we'll see the kid that can play, and we want them to go here. You know, so we do what we can to get them this way.
Do you have anything that, looking back now from your career, you know, certain games that stick out, something that you really cherish?
You know what? I think the game I had that I really cherished was, you know, and I played when Marshall Faulk was there. When we went to San Diego, not so much the fight of the game, but the simple fact that everybody said that he was the best runner in college, and I outperformed him. You know, went for 99 yards on the second play of the game, and never really looked back. You know, and all. And I just remember, and he's a good friend of mine now, but just remember the competition there. You know, he'll do something, I'll do something, and he'll say something to me, and I'll say something to him. So that there was a good game for me.
Okay, so coming back for the San Diego State game this coming year, will that stir up all those emotions from that game?
It probably will. I never even thought about it until you said it right now. It probably would. It's just anytime I actually see us play, it stirs up a lot of emotions. I came last year and I sat up top in the stands, just incognito, and could hear the fans talk and this and that, and I just left the game thinking, oh my God, I said, it's gone already, you know. And so I had my son with me, so it's gonna be a bunch of emotions going on.
You kind of hit on it just a little bit, but talk about the success of running backs that have come through here. All you guys, Ryan Matthews and Robbie recently, and just talk about the sense of pride you see in other guys follow in your footsteps that you and Lorenzo kind of all started.
Well, you know what? It was one of those deals where Coach Kelly Skipper, who was our coach back then, instilled that in us, and knowing the old-time vets and doing your part to make this stadium better. It was like Michael Pittman, it was Ryan Matthews, all these guys, that came through, Robbie now, all these guys that are coming through, we just look at it as we still have the best group. When you go to the NFL and you go play, you talk about your school. You don't talk about what you did. You talk about your school, who you beat, and who this, and what kid got drafted, and this and that. And so it's still a big deal for us. You know what I mean? Where we just feel like we've always had one of the best running back crews around. We're not a one-year wonder. You get a good running back for 4 years, then they're terrible for 4 years. We've been steady the whole time.
Last question: if you were to, talk to the team, what would you tell them? What would your message to them be, whether it be about football or just life in general?
You know what? It'd be about pride and honor. Have pride when you walk down the hill, and play hard so that when you leave the game, you have some honor. You know what I mean? You cherish the things that you do. You work hard to get better, and you do the little things, and then just show up on game time.